The Moon. Being our closest celestial body to us, it is easily perceptible with the human eye, and with good reason, since it is the only natural satellite of our blue home. Due to its proximity of 356,565 kilometers, until now, it is the only celestial body in which the human being has made a manned descent, that is, in which the human being has stepped on other ground. Due to these characteristics already mentioned, and due to the great technological advances of the modern era, and even more, when the most important research focus by the scientific community currently resides on Mars, it is expected that the discoveries or findings on our satellite will be very advanced, or that at least a large part of knowledge has already been obtained. But despite all of this, to this day we still wonder, what has been discovered about the Moon? Hello, welcome to Amazing Words in English, a space of knowledge where you will learn more about the universe that surrounds us, the planets and the stars that are part of it, and above all, our beloved planet Earth. As you know, today we will be explaining what has been discovered about the Moon. I invite you, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, to do so and activate the bell to be notified of the next topics that will be released very soon. Once the introduction is done, and with nothing more to add, let's begin. With a grayish-white appearance similar to charcoal and being free for exploration by any nation for peaceful reasons, the Moon has the same composition as the Earth's surface. This gave rise to the theory that the origin of the Moon came directly from the Earth, when millions of years ago some protoplanet impacted a young Earth, causing the remaining pieces to consolidate, forming the celestial body. Another theory emerged in 2018 suggests that it came from the incandescent interior of the Earth. In addition to this, the Moon exerts a direct influence on our planet, because due to its gravity it produces the tides, under the phenomenon known as the gravitational gradient, and the increase in the length of the day. Trips to it under the Apollo program have determined that the Moon is approximately 4,500 million years old. It has a weak gravity compared to the one of the Earth of 1.62 meters over second square. The Moon is unable to store gas molecules on its surface, since, due to its low gravity and absence of an electromagnetic field, the Moon's atmosphere is considered to have a rather weak constitution or an almost total absence of it. This also results in the Moon's surface having no protection from eventual bombardment from comets and asteroids. In addition, once the impacts are produced, the craters that are formed practically do not degrade over time due to the lack of winds, which are directly responsible for the aeration process. Precisely because of this absence of air, sound cannot be transmitted. However, its total composition is still unknown. Helium and argon atoms have been identified by the Apollo program, and later sodium and potassium ions were added, as confirmed by observations from Earth. Interestingly, most of the gases on its surface come from its interior. On the other hand, a new type of lunar mineral has been discovered, which until now, no sample of it has been found on the Earth's surface. According to an article published by National Geographic, this is confirmed. The China National Space Administration has announced the discovery of a new mineral from surface samples returned by the Chang'e 5 probe. Specifically, a single crystal was found by chance while they were using X-ray diffraction to study the collected lunar samples. The mineral, in the form of a monocrystalline particle with a diameter of 10 microns, was manually separated by the researchers and then analyzed through a series of advanced mineralogical methods. The article continued as follows. Named Chandrasite after the mythological Chinese goddess of the moon, it has become the first lunar mineral discovered and identified by Chinese scientists, making China the third largest nation in the world after the United States and Russia in having achieved such a milestone. However, the most important discovery to date that has been confirmed to date is the existence of water in the lunar surface. For several years, the feasible possibility that there is water on the moon was discussed in the scientific community because, due to the quite hostile environment for this type of condition, its existence is practically impossible due to the high temperatures in a large part of its surface, unless it is microscopically lodged in the rocks in a crystallized form. This and the lack of an atmosphere mean that any water exposed to the typical lunar environment will disintegrate and its molecules eventually leaks into space. However, in 1971, one of the Apollo missions found that there were small traces of water on the lunar surface, but it was just a few diffuse molecules, or at least enough to be considered almost nil. In addition, the three discoveries in the Lunar Prospect mission that found water in the late 90s, one in 1996 by the Clementine probe and another in 1998 due to the Lunar Prospector, they detected unexpected presence of hydrogen at the lunar poles. According to an article published in the journal Nature Astronomy, it has been possible to capture the emission of a type of infrared light at a wavelength whose characteristics can only be emitted by water. In October 2020, the official confirmation will arrive, and according to another National Geographic article, they explain the following. Experts from the Space Agency have reached this conclusion after exhaustively analyzing the data obtained by the Stratospheric Observatory of Infrared Astronomy, a 2.5 meter in diameter reflecting telescope installed in a modified Boeing 747 SP aircraft to peer into space from the Earth's stratosphere, allowing it to exceed 99% of Earth's atmospheric layer, a position from which it is able to obtain data about the system that are not possible with ground-based telescopes. They also continues to describe, Sophia's findings agree with the conclusions of another study, published in the same scientific journal, in which a team of researchers have found what they call cold traps, small patches located in the regions of permanent shadows of the moon, where temperatures could reach 163 degrees below zero. According to scientists, in these regions water could be permanently trapped as ice. But the most surprising thing is that these ultra-cold zones could accumulate in about 40,000 square kilometers of the surface of the satellite. Certainly, the very little existence of water on the moon makes the existence of life practically unfeasible. Subsequent missions, even manned to our satellite with the aim of a deep study of its surface, will determine and establish more light regarding its composition and origin. Certainly, the space race, even supported by the private initiative, seeks to have a takeoff that will even consolidate a lunar station that would facilitate the efforts and research carried out on our satellite. Well, dear friends of YouTube, here's today's video. Please don't forget to like, share with your friends this incredible information about what has been discovered on the moon. Write us in the comment box to let us know your opinions and concerns about this subject in question, and subscribe to learn more about the universe that surrounds us, the planets and the stars that are part of it, and above all, our beloved planet Earth. Until the next video.